Hey guys, this is Candle, and welcome to a new Let's Play. We're actually doing realMyst. Now, I love the Myst series. I've been wanting to LP Myst for a long time, but Fraps won't record the Myst Masterpiece Edition, and the Classic Edition won't run on Windows 7. I don't think Fraps will be recorded anyways. So we're stuck here in order to go through the first Myst game. We're stuck with realMyst, which is kind of Myst 1, except rendered in real time. And now I'm going to be shutting up here in a minute because the opening sequence is starting. But basically what it is you can move around freely rather than moving from window to window. And I feel like I haven't done a point-and-click adventure in a while, and I kind of miss doing those. So that's why we're doing Myst.
I realized the moment I fell into the fissure that the book would not be destroyed as I had planned. It continued falling into that starry expanse of which I had only a fleeting glimpse. I've tried to speculate where it might have landed, but I must admit that such conjecture is futile. Still, questions about whose hands might one day hold my Myst book are unsettling to me. I know my apprehensions might never be allayed, and so I close, realizing that perhaps the ending has not yet been written.
Okay, so I used to have a cheat sheet that had like all the puzzle answers written on it, but I don't know what happened to it. So I am very familiar with this game. I know my way around most of the puzzles, but it may take me a few tries or a couple minutes to actually figure stuff out. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started. We have to click on the Myst book. And oh, there we go. I was gonna say, see, all these books show little flybys of the level, and I thought it was taking too long. Anyways, I have never played this version of Myst before. I've never played realMyst, so I don't know like how things have changed visually, because I believe that's all that's happened is they've changed visually. Anyways, we start out on the dock. No idea what to do, but we start out on the dock. And we've got moving water, which is amazing, I think. Anyways, let's go ahead and flip this. It's good to have those on, because that's what powers everything. And let me fiddle with my... something's not right. Gotta fiddle with my monitor for a second. That's why it's set to aspect, and that's supposed to scrunch things to full frame, but for some reason it reads 720p, which is what I have this set at, as a 16:10 aspect ratio rather than a 16:9. Anyways, let's go up here. Now up this way. Okay, controls are a little awkward. Anyways, up this way we have the gear, which is access to one of the levels. And we had another of those switches. Anyways, we gotta go up here, and we've got a letter here. Catherine, I've left for you a message of utmost importance in our forechamber beside the dock. Enter the number of marker switches on the island into the imager to retrieve the message. Yours, Atris. Okay, by the way, whoops, wrong button. We are not Catherine. We are just somebody who stumbled across the Myst book. So far we have 2 marker switches. We've got a third one here. We don't need to worry about this room yet. We've got the library here. But we don't need to worry about this quite yet. Let's see. Yes, the rocket ship. That's access to another level. So this is our 4th switch. Go ahead and turn that on. Now what the switches do is they make these items appear on the map in the library. Anyways, we have 4 switches. This one makes number 5. 6. And there's number 7 at the clock tower. Is that all we have? 7? I think so. Oh, nope. Forgot that one. So that's 8. Should be 8. Okay, we'll just pop down here real quick rather than going a long way around. In the original Myst, since everything is based on Windows, you have to go the long way around. You can't free roam the island. Anyways, down this way is where we need to go. Okay, now this pops up and shows us what? It shows us nothing. Okay, what do we have here? Topographical extrusion test is 40. Marker switch diagram is 47. Water turbulent pool is 67. Oh, it's already set at the water turbulent pool. Oh, that's what it was to begin with. We turned it off. Okay. There we go. That's what that is. Kind of a little tricky here. Finagling things the way we need to go. So, just in case you didn't already know what the marker switch was, which if this was your very first time playing, I could understand. But that shows you what the marker switch is. Okay, and 40 is topographical extrusion test, showing the topography of the entire island. There we go. And here it starts. Oh, maybe it's not the island itself. That's something else. Even so, it's showing it. Showing topography and extrusion and so on. Anyways, that number we needed was number 8. There we go. Get Catherine's message from Atris. Tells us a little bit of what's going on.
Catherine, my love, I have to leave quickly. Something terrible has happened. It's hard for me to believe. Most of my books have been destroyed. Catherine is one of our sons. I suspect Agony, but I shouldn't leap to conclusions. I'll find him and Cirrus as well. Oh, I should have known better than to have left my library unchecked for so long. Well, I've removed the remaining undamaged books from the library and placed them in their places of protection. You shouldn't have to use the books until I return, but if you've forgotten the access keys, remember the tower rotation. Oh, and don't worry, Catherine. Everything will be fine. I'll see you shortly. Oh, and erase this message after you've viewed it, just to be safe.
Yeah, Catherine has yet to view it. So, yeah, you may have guessed, there are no subtitles in this game, not that I know of. I mean, the only options we have is just sound here. So I am going to go ahead and... Why is that back at full? That should not be at full. Okay, let's hope it's not too loud for you guys. Actually, I don't think it is. But anyways, let's go ahead and get back out of here. Anyways, Atris said something happened to his library and there are books in places of protection and the access keys to remember it, if we forget the access keys to remember the tower rotation. So yeah, like I said earlier, we are not Catherine, we are not Atris's wife. She is currently missing, but that's not the point of this. Now, if you know what you're doing, you can actually finish this game very, very quickly. But first off, we've got, let's see, we've got the red and blue books here. So let's see what's going on here. Blue book. Oops. That didn't do. There we go. Oh, I guess rather than just keep going, since there's nothing there, it keeps it shut. Anyways, gotta take the blue page and put it on the blue book. And now there's a message for us.
pages. Ever and ever. Pages. I must have the blue page. Give that to me.
So yes, that was Akinar, one of one of Atris's sons. He's trapped in this book, and in order to free him, we need blue pages. But what's this red book? Oh, let's see. What? Hey.
Who are you? Bring me a red page. I can't see. You red page, you must. Make a bring. I am serious. There's one thing I'm going to rescue.
And that was Sirius. So it's clear quite early on that Akinar has been driven insane by his imprisonment, and Sirius is still calm and composed. Now, you don't actually see what their prison worlds look like until Myst 4 Revelation. But anyways, let's see. Oh yes, we got the fireplace, we got the library itself, which is only one bookshelf, which I think is kind of small, but whatever. Anyways, we have the map of the island here. And everything is active except for the whatchamacallit, the clock tower. But anyways, we have to press on the tower, and I always go to the mechanical age first, which is the gears. That's where I always go first. We'll actually go ahead and see if we can't find the proper book first. No, that's Channelwood. Whoops, wrong button. Let's see. That's Stone Ship. Is this the right one? Try to find... No, that's Selenic. Ah, here it is, the one with the gear on it. Now, I've thought about whether or not I should actually read these to you guys. I've kind of decided I will. Just skip ahead if you're not really interested in this, but a lot of the backstory of this game is told through these journals. I'm actually going to only go through the appropriate one that we're going for each level. So we're starting out with going towards the mechanical age. So here we are with Atris's journal. Before arriving in this age, I was determined that it would be a journey to a world very different from my previous adventures, and it was. The sky here is dark and gray, and increasingly displays flashes of lightning in the distance. I met a very old man with a long beard and hair that hangs down to his waist. He's very feeble and has trouble even moving. This man has obviously been through... Oh wait, maybe is this Stone Ship? No, this is mechanical. Okay. This man has obviously been through many things in this strange world. I have learned many things from him. And I have learned many things from him. He has told me an interesting story of this world's history. Years ago, he told me, there was a beautiful city that rose up out of the water. It housed many people inside its walls, and the people had everything they wished for. The city was surrounded by 3 high hills which rose higher than the city. On the east hill of the city rested a large lookout post. The people of the city had constructed the post expecting visitors to arrive from the east. The people had no means of traveling on the water, which forced them to merely wait for a friend or foe. As time passed, friendly visitors brought rumors of an enemy that existed beyond the horizon. The people grew fearful, yet nothing happened. One day, the usually sunny sky became as dark as night, and black ships appeared on the horizon. The lookout post's attempts at peace were turned away, and the sentries there were easily overwhelmed. The ships continued to wreak havoc on the city, apparently destroying everyone and everything. After the foundations of the city were destroyed, The city sunk deep into the ocean, and only the lookout post remained. The black ships sailed away. The man continued to say that 8 people had hidden and managed to survive through the attack. In the 9 years since the attack, 2 of the survivors had died. He also said that it was rumored that 10 years from the attack, the enemy would return to finish the destruction they had started so long ago. I have decided, since hearing the man's story, it would be admirable to save the civilization and stop this enemy's plan of destruction. I am excited about the adventure that awaits me, and an idea has sparked in my mind to provide the needed defense for these people. I met the remaining survivors today, and I've begun work on a plan for protection. After a short absence, I have returned to this age with my 2 sons. They have, as of yet, traveled rarely with me, and they are understandably excited to be here. They have grown considerably since Everdunes, and it is already obvious to me that they will be a great help this time. Instead of the nuisance they have been in the past, all 3 of us, along with 4 of the healthier survivors, began construction today. We are building upon the old city's ruins, which will provide a perfect foundation for our fortress. My sons have been spending much of their spare time on the South Island, where most of my materials are stored. I am very pleased with their intelligence and their creativity, and their creativity is refreshing to see as they work on some small projects of their own. It has been over 4 months now, and construction is going well. My sons love the world except for its gray sky. They detest the gray sky and tell me many times they wish the sky here were like the blue sky in Myst. The old man I first talked to tells me that the enemy is due in 4 months. I feel we will be ready when the time comes. The man reminds me of Emmett in many ways, and I often wonder how Emmett and his people are doing. It has been 6 months of work, and we have finally finished the fortress. It rests between the 3 hills, which are now only islands due to a rising water level that the people experienced after the attack. Inside the fortress, I have designed a most intriguing device. It makes use of a technology called holography. Holography. That's a hard word to say. I'm not sure if it's like holography or holography or what. Anyways, I began experimenting with... it's missing a word here. Probably should say it. I began experimenting with it on my visits to Aspermere. It will be working in a couple of days after I compensate for some small miscalculations. This holographic device will enable the survivors to learn to use the fortress. The enemy is due to come soon, and I trust the fortress will provide... this is a diagram of the fortress.